What's up to all my faces out there? This face is back with another video in 2025. Been a long time since I've been on here, guys. You know, since 2017. And only 2,400 subscribers. Yeah. But hey, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all still sticking around. You know, supporting Face. You know, and hanging out with Face. All the edits. All the crap I went through. You know, all the times, you know, we've gone through together, you know, on this channel. I don't tell people subscribe me or like my video because it's common sense, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be told to do that. You know, if you want to subscribe to the channel, you subscribe to the channel. If you want to press the like, you press the like. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be told that. That's just my opinion. Week 3. Week 3. Man, time flies by. There's 18 games, you know, in a season. And I know it's the beginning. It's still the beginning of the season, you know. But man, it felt like the season's just starting and it's already hitting week 3. Man, what has happened in the last 2 weeks with the Cowboys?
What the f*** is this?
Aubrey, does he have enough? On the way, it is! Good! That's why they trusted him!
And now we got the Chicago Bears in Chicago at Soldier Field.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
You can't.
No.
Can I pet that dog?
No, he's
Can I
sleeping.
pet that dog?
I really don't know how to feel about this game, you know, because the way the Eagles game went, man, like we could have won that game. Like I felt we should have won that game, but we didn't. And then week 2 against the Giants, I thought we were going to lose that game. And look at Brandon Aubrey. Bailed us out. But I'm not going to go back to the Giants game, but I'm telling you, it's like I thought we were going to win week 1, the way the game was going, you know, during that time. And I thought we were going to lose against the Giants because of that neighbor's catch at the very end. It's like, wow. And I tell you, like, it seems like a lot of quarterbacks that go into, you know, Cowboys AT&T Stadium, it seems like they always ball out. I don't know. It always seems, I don't know. It just seems like a lot of quarterbacks play really good, man, when it comes to our house. You know, the environment, you know, the stadium, the turf that they play on there. I just don't get it. You know, Jordan Love against the wild card, you know, played wild. I mean, I don't like Eli Manning beat us so many times back then. Aaron Rodgers, you know, now this old Russell Wilson. I just don't know what it is about our house. And yeah, we get loud there, but I won't ever forget how Texas Stadium used to be so loud. Texas Stadium used to be so loud. And it just doesn't seem as loud. Like AT&T Stadium don't seem as loud as Texas Stadium. I guess the way it was built, you know, compared to our stadium now. But I don't know, it just being there and you know, even watching on TV, you always heard the crowd louder before AT&T Stadium was built. So that's something that Jerry should have thought about on doing the structure to make stuff, you know, the crowd sound to, you know what I mean. You know, like look what the Seahawks did. You know, they made a way to make that crowd louder the way they built the structure of their stadium. But anyways, I want to start off with Javonte Williams. Man, that dude has surprised me so far. He has. He surprised me. He's been running physical. You know, he had some great runs, and he almost had 100 yards yesterday. But that offensive line, You know, Tyler Booker's played good for a rookie. If you go back and look at some film, you know, the last 2 games, man, Tyler Booker, man, he's there. He's already going, man. He's going to learn in the process of you know, while he's on the field. He doesn't need to learn, you know, and be a backup and improve and become the starter. I mean, this dude is already at it. I'm really glad the Cowboys drafted Tyler Booker. And Terrence Steele, you know, Terrence Steele is always Terrence Steele. You know, and Tyler Smith, man, he got his contract. I'm glad we signed him and got him out of the way. But Cooper Beebe, man, Cooper Beebe's out with a right ankle sprain, high ankle sprain. He's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. And Brock Hoffman is taking over Cooper Beebe. So, you know, we already saw what happened last week when he was out in the middle of the game, the way he hiked the ball on his ass, and you know, and it was like a fumble snap or something. I'm glad Dak was aware of it, and you know, and he reacted to it real quickly and jumped on it. But I'm sure that will be better in the future, you know, with Hoffman and stuff. You know, he has experience and stuff. But Dak, don't throw, when it comes to Chicago, don't throw to Tolbert. Stop looking for Jalen Tolbert, please. I understand, you know, you're trying to, you know, like CeeDee Lamb can be covered, and you know, and George Pickens can be covered, and who knows about Jake Ferguson or Schoonmaker or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I see a lot of times you want to force it to Jalen Tolbert. Like, I don't know, man. Like, just, I'm not feeling it with Tolbert. I know he had that big catch, you know, last year against the Steelers, but I think this is going to be his last year for the Cowboys, in my opinion. You know, but, well, everybody's pumped up about Jadeveon Clowney being signed, and well, I wasn't too thrilled about it, you know. Yeah, I was happy about Pickens, you know, and I was, you know, I was happy about Kenny Clark coming, you know, from that trade from Micah Parsons and the 2 first-round picks, you know, but and Clark knows the Bears very well, you know, that offensive line. But Clowney, I mean, I get it. Clark is he's older too, you know, but got a lot of hype with Clowney coming in, and this dude is 32 years old, you know, and people are showing his highlights, you know, in the past and what he's done and all that stuff. Man, I want to see what he can do now. I want to see what he can do now. And I'm worried about our secondary, y'all. Then that goes for the Bears, too. The Bears secondary and the Cowboys secondary. You know, we don't know how long Deron Bland is going to be out. I heard something about he could try to play this weekend, but I don't think so. You know, I don't want to rush his foot in like that. You know, but you got Bears secondary struggling as well. Was that Jalen Johnson? He's going to be out. What was it? Growing? Or groin? How you say it? And you know he's out. I don't know, man. Like throughout the rest of the season, or he's going to be back late season or something like that. And then there's what's his name? Bryce Gordon. Oh man, I hope that's him. Bryce Gordon. He's questionable. Those are the corners, is what I'm saying. You know, for the Bears, and they got smoked by the Lions, just like our secondary. Trayvon Diggs. Oh man, you know what you. Oh man, don't bring me there with Trayvon Diggs. I'm getting tired of this. The way he plays on the field, you know, he'll start to play good, and then he just throws it away. Did you see that breakup? You know, you let that one receiver, you know, like it was a misunderstanding, you know, in that one play. and they threw a touchdown where Diggs was, and Diggs was like, the whole time before the ball was even thrown to the receiver. I don't know if it was neighbors or what, you know what I'm saying? But hustle, get to the receiver. Don't go like this while in the middle of the play before the ball is even thrown to him. I don't know. There's something about his personality. He's crying about other content creators, talking about it and stuff. He shouldn't be worried about content creators. He needs to get on that field and play some football with as much money he gets. I don't know. There's just something about Trayvon Diggs. I'm just getting to where I'm just like, man, seriously. And that secondary for the Bears, though, they seem like they're last in everything. Last in coverage, last in the league in coverage. They gave up the most yards per play in the secondary. And we thought we had it bad against the Giants. So Dak should cook. He should ball out. I would love for Dak to be consistent. I'm always hard on Dak because when it came to the most crucial times, I'm not always saying like the Packers game and the wild card, what I'm saying? But man, that 2022 game against the 49ers in divisional playoffs, that still gets to me. That is still deep in my mind. I can never get it out of my mind. He lost a game for us. It's a team game. It's a team loss. It's a team win. I get it. But right now it's the beginning of the season, and it's like around this time of the year, I trust him. That what I'm saying. But when it comes to the playoffs, I get all jittery and nervous. That's just how it's always been for 10 years with Dak. But I know with this secondary that the Bears had that they're struggling with, Dak is going to take advantage, especially with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. And Caleb Williams, guys, I never liked him, when he was with USC. I think he was too overhyped, and just the way they brought him into the NFL and first overall draft, I was like, man, it just seems like the Chicago Bears story just continues to repeat itself. Chicago Bears are they're one of the teams in the NFL that makes one of the most stupid decisions, ever. They made a great decision in Ben Johnson, but my question is, why would Ben Johnson go to the Chicago Bears with the players and who he has as quarterback right now? I wonder what kind of, because I liked Ben Johnson. I was interested in what, before Schottenheimer got hired, I was wondering, if Cowboys could pick him up, because I liked the way he was running that offense, against with the Detroit Lions. But I didn't understand, why he would accept that offer to Chicago Bears. But I don't know what offers he had, with the other NFL teams. So, and just in the future going on with, with these games, I don't want them to depend on Brandon Aubrey too much. Oh, yeah, when it comes to the, we're on the 50 or the 45 or 40, yeah, go for it. But in that mindset, I don't want them to just go, well, if at least we can get to the 40, or if at least we can get to the 45 or the 50, maybe we can give them a shot, what I'm saying? No, I want to score. I want to go down that field and I want to score. So I don't want to think about Brandon Aubrey. We had the best kicker in the league. Okay, that's good. When we need him, we need him. But I don't want our offense having that in their mind, saying, okay, well, I'll just half-ass it to over here and give it to Brandon Aubrey to give us 3 points. So that's what I don't want that mindset to be for our offense. And everybody's asking about Blue. Where's Blue? Put in Blue. Javonte Williams is doing all right. Besides that fumble with Miles Sanders, he's doing all right. There's got to be something wrong for Jaden Blue not to be on that field yet. Does Schottenheimer even like him? Because he's just a speedy guy. That's not Schottenheimer's style of play. He likes those physical running backs. you know, and Jadon Blue, a lot of J's these days. Jalen, Jadavion. I mean, dang. Give it time. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at Jadon Blue like Felix Jones or Joseph Randle or something. I mean, that's the way I look at him. You know, maybe a little bit of Julius Jones. We should have picked up Taj Brooks from Texas Tech. If Brian Schottenheimer was all about physical running backs, you know he did not choose Jadon Blue in the draft. Because Taj Brooks broke records, you know, at Texas Tech, and he carried that football team, you know, in the offense, you know, and broke records in rushing yards, and he was very physical. He's very good at looking through the holes, taking the time on the blocks, you know, being very physical to run the ball. And he was on the board when we chose Jadon Blue. So that was a stupid decision in my opinion. I'll say that over and over and over until I'm proven wrong. You know. But overall, just get after Caleb Williams. You know, because the only time Cowboys are giving up this many yards is quarterbacks. We stopped Saquon Barkley in week 1, you know, and not much, you know, with the Giants. The problem is we're letting Russell Wilson run. We were letting Jalen Hurts run. Let's not let Caleb Williams run. Let's make him, you know, let's rush the quarterback, you know, and at least get him to run around, you know, to make stupid decisions. That's where he starts acting all weird, you know, and starts doing dumb crap. But don't give him enough space for him just to run for a first down, you know, run off to the sideline for 8 yards, you know. I'm sick of that. It's been annoying this year. Seriously, it's been annoying. But guys, let's just win this ball game. I'm not trying to bypass this game, but I'm ready for the Packers. I'm ready for the Packers, but we got week 3. I don't want to rush it. Even for the players, I don't want them to rush it, you know. But let's go. Let's get this win. Last time the Cowboys beat the Bears at Soldier Field was 2014. And that was with Tony Romo. You know, and last time Dak has beaten the Bears was 2016. So it's kind of been a while. So let's make it happen and get this win. All right, guys. I'm out of here. Let's go Cowboys.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
You
Can I pet that dog?
No, he's
Can I
sleeping.
pet that dog?